dirty.
So what are we up to?
We are going to put command hooks over here, this wall, and back here for towels and stuff to dry, and dog leash.
So this coming Thursday, we leave for our shakedown trip of the new camper. Shakedown trip was supposed to be about a month ago, but the little COVID outbreak in the house stopped that.
Yeah.
So now we're back to actually doing the shakedown. We're not going too far. We wanted to keep within a couple hours of the house, so we're going to part of Labor Creek State Park. But for now, we're going to get it cleaned up today. Shanna's doing these command strips. She wants to pull everything out from underneath. When we traded in the R-Pod, we just emptied everything and threw it in here.
Yeah, we just tossed it in, so I have no idea where everything is.
And she's particular about her organization. So we'll pull everything out, and then I'll just sit back and let her organize and get whatever in there and see what we're missing. And hopefully we get everything for next weekend. Then once that's done, we'll wash it, see if I get time to wax it this week. I'm off work this week, so we'll see how much I get done. And then hook it up Thursday and head to the campground.
I got the Tahoe washed yesterday, so it's all pretty again.
Yep. So a few command strips and some cleaning.
I was thinking, if we can space it out, you think like right there, and then over here?
However you want them. Do I need to get my tape measure so we can space them evenly?
Probably.
I know it won't bother you.
Well, I was just thinking one can be the closest to the door could be the leash for the dog. And then the other two we can hang towels when we're needing to dry them. And then I was thinking one like up here a little bit higher so I can put the dish towels on it.
Okay.
Since we don't have a canopy now that we can hang things on.
Okay. How high you want them?
I don't know. What do you think about like that?
Sure. 25, so 12 and a half would be the first one.
Command strips are everybody's best friend.
I wonder how much their sales went up after KYD started talking about them.
Yeah. I want to get some more. There's some other ones, but I want like smaller ones.
Trish should get stock options for her promotion. Oh, we did it backwards. We're not supposed to do the wall first, we're supposed to do it on here first.
Yeah, we're in it right now.
I get for giving you the directions.
Well, I was just looking at the alcohol. I didn't really read the directions.
There you go.
Good job. Now we need to do this one. We'll do this one the right way.
Command strips are in place. What's next?
Probably do the outside because I'm going to put the air conditioner on and let it cool down before I start doing stuff in here. So I'd say empty out underneath the trailer, see what we got, and if there's anything I'm going to have to go get before we go.
Okay. Let's go. So we found issue number one. Shannon went to turn on the air conditioner in here, it won't come on. So going to troubleshoot that a little bit, see if it's power to the outlet or the air conditioner itself. We had storms come through last night, knocked the power out to the house, and heck, there's places around the lake that still don't have power. We went 5-6 hours without it. Luckily we have a generator to keep some stuff going. But now to see what happened to this thing.
It was working about a week ago.
So I'm sure it's storm related.
Yep.
So nothing to that outlet. So either GFCI tripped.
Where there's some right there, I think.
Yeah, that's what. There it is.
Hey, there we go.
So easy fix at least. So Storm must have just tripped the GFCI, which this is attached to the GFCI down here. So
that's good. At least it wasn't anything major and we had to replace it.
that's why you always have a little circuit tester around. So cool, that's done.
All right, let's.
Now back to outside.
Yeah, let's go back out there. I haven't been underneath the camper since we bought it. Not sure which key it is, so I'm gonna have to figure out which one it is in a minute. Let's see. I was thinking it was this one. Yeah, it is. Oh, good. I guessed right.
Remember, this isn't the magnet, this is the latch. So just go back to that.
That's weird. I like the magnet thing better, but it is what it is. All right, well, let's get to it.
Now to pull stuff out.
Yep. There's a funnel.
Why do we have a funnel in here?
I think you put it in there just to check oil and stuff when we're heading.
That was smart of me.
Yeah. The rest of the stuff on the other side, all the stuff we have to get to right away.
Okay.
So
then this stuff goes in the Tahoe.
Yeah.
This goes back in, and we just got to figure out what else we need in here.
Yeah, we need chairs. We need to go get our chairs.
Okay.
And then the grill. I want to get the grill and the chairs in here so then I know how much more room I have to put stuff underneath here. We really don't have that much stuff in here.
No.
And I think this one's bigger than the other one was.
It's at least the same. It's as much cubic feet as the R-Pod was.
It seems more roomier.
It's wider. It's not as tall of an opening, but it's a wider opening, so you can set more stuff across there. The R-Pod, we had to stack stuff vertically.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get the Tahoe set up.
Okay.
And FYI, I'm not lazy. Shanna gets mad at me if I do this because of my back issues. I'm capable of it, but she doesn't believe me.
No, you are not doing it. You have enough back issues. What's up, Mom?
Mirrors are on. This is where I was saying it's the taller. You might take the griddle part off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's gonna be just us and the dog. One dog too, that'll be weird.
The chair, oh yeah, chair's already in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we got tons of room.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think this has more room than our other one did.
It's more usable space. Now you can see there's quite a bit of room left, and we've got about everything we need except our Anderson blocks that it's on now and water. So, worked out better than we thought.
I'm getting warm.
Yeah, it's a little hot out here.
It's hot right in the sun.
We'll wait till we have more shade to wash it later.
Yeah. So if we wanted to do solar, we could put an extra battery here.
Yeah, we could put an enclosed, like, lockable battery box up here. You got room for 2 batteries there. And then get the flexible solar panels and kind of put them at that front edge there and going back.
And this is already prepped for it, right?
So this is prepped for it and it has the inverter. I don't like where they've got the input for it. It's on the side. So if you're at a campground, you could get a solar panel and plug into the side and charge everything, but if we're going down the road, that's not efficient. So I want to go in from the bottom up.
So you would have to make holes?
Yes.
Cool.
But from the bottom up. So then if it's the bottom, you seal it in.
Yeah.
It's not like the rain's going to get in that way.
I'm gonna do the inside later, but
Okay.
start working on the inside a little bit and cleaning in next few days.
Okay, sounds good. So we found a small issue with the camper yesterday. Pretty minor, and in defense of the manufacturer, they did some stuff to protect from it. So part of the problem is where we're parked. So they just used the window unit air conditioner on these instead of one of the rooftop ones. On one side that's good because you don't have another hole cut in your roof. But then there's the condensation issue. So we kind of did a torture test yesterday. In our driveway, this thing's in the sun from about noon to about 8 in the evening when the sun drops behind the trees. And it was about 100 degrees yesterday. So we left the air conditioner on all day to see how it did. Kept it cool enough in here, but by evening Shanna came in and there was water dripping down all over the stove. So when they mounted this in here, they did put a metal tray underneath of it to catch any condensation, and then weep holes out the back, and then it goes out the side of the camper and drops outside there. Since our driveway is a pretty big slope down, we've got Anderson blocks to level it, and we're pretty close to level. But because this is level, the water still pooled, and after all day of collecting, started to drip down this front edge. So I took the trim pieces off, and now I'm going to try to find a way to pull this out, and I'm going to try to shim it up at the front so it's got to slope back. That way, even if we're not perfectly level, we don't have the same issue at a campground. So if any of the fine folks at Braxton Creek are watching, that'd be an easy fix to do at the factory when they're building these, is to just shim this up a little. So like I said, I already got the trim pieces off. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this pulled out of here, and then we'll show you a close-up of what's going on in there. So I was getting ready to pull this thing out. I've got it loose, but I might not pull it all the way out because they do have it installed pretty well. You can kind of see the metal tray in here. This is where the water's collecting. And then this is held in with 2 screws. So instead of pulling this whole thing out, I think I'm going to take these 2 screws out. And then I'm just going to lift this up and shim the front edge of this. That way it slopes backwards to hold all the water into this tray. And then I'll walk outside real quick and show you where it drains. So this is the back side of the air conditioner. And that metal tray goes to these weep holes at the bottom of this. So then it just comes up to this and drips out here. So if I slope up the front of that tray, anything that does collect on the long extended times with it running should catch from there and come back. So I'm going to try to just put this piece of wood in here below it to shim it. Just tilt that up enough to get that all to go out the back. Yeah, that might not work.
Too close quarters.
Yep, I was hoping this would get in here. Not quite. I think we're going to have to pull the air conditioner out. Bolshevik. Yeah, I think it's just kind of adhesived in there.
Are you going to need my help?
In a minute, yes.
Okay.
Once I get it moving. Now the problem is, if you lift it, this thing catches on the back side of that, so you can't lift and pull. You have to walk it out somehow. Because you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, it just went.
Yeah.
That side's loose.
When we get this out, what's our plans?
Down to the floor.
Okay.
So we'll just set it kind of down there under the table. Alright, we're coming now.
Well, if we ever needed to replace this,
Yep.
it wouldn't be too hard. It's going to drip a lot of water. Let me put some...
Yeah, let's protect. I can't get a feel for how heavy the thing is.
It don't look heavy, but I don't know.
was stuck on.
Foam?
Yeah. Yes, they did like Right Stuff foam around that screen on the outside. So that's what was holding it in, was just getting that foam. So now we're going to figure out how to reseal it. Do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Kind of hold that corner just in case this falls all of a sudden on me. Whoa, there it went. Guess I didn't drop it. Whoa!
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Okay. Woo! I got a little wet. So you can see where the water was collected in here. What was holding it in, they just used this expanding foam to hold it in at the back. Which is good that it was insulated and sealed. But I'm going to figure out how to get that resealed. So we're going to clean this water up, loosen these screws, shim this plate, and get that moving to the back better. So uh-oh. Dang it. Come on back. There we go. Alright, that should give us enough of a slope just to get that to run that way a little bit better.
We got a hole.
So the other thing would be, whenever we level this, we know we want the driver's side to be slightly lower. That way the whole camper slope that way. We don't want it to be noticeable, but we'll get it within bubble. But if we're going to offset it one way over the other, we'll offset it that way just to help aid in that water flowing that direction. And like I said, really yesterday was a torture test. 8-9 degrees in direct sunlight with 100-degree weather. So that should be the hardest this air conditioner ever has to work. So now to get this cleaned up and figure out how to reseal it better. Okay, so now that the air conditioner's out, I decided I'm going to go ahead and cut all this expanding foam they had in there out. Get that all cleaned up, clean up the air conditioner as well. Then I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to go take that screen out on the outside. That way I can re-foam it from the outside. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. And then I'll just have to re-silicone that screen back on. But I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll get that thrown back in and wrap it up. Alright, so now we got to get that lifted up and in here.
Okay.
Can you get to it?
Yes.
Can you push that thing in at all? Or is it catching on the bottom too much?
It's catching on this right here. You can tell where it's catching.
Yeah, it's just the head of the bolt thickness that we're off. So I'm going to have to come back out with it. Okay. Let's see if this will sit right here without falling over.
Oh, this was cleaned up.
Yeah, good thing you cleaned yesterday. Okay, I'll tell you, pull that cable through.
Nope. Right here.
Yeah, I figured they were under there. Alright, inside's done. Yeah, I'll give them credit. They did this the right way when they sealed it up.
They're making sure it wasn't gonna leak.
Yeah. I need like a plastic scraper. I don't want to use my metal and scratch the outside here.
There goes a bunch of water.
And that would be my one argument.
Okay.
Is you'd almost want to not put sealant at the bottom so water can escape. And we'll look and see how this is done here in a second. Sticky.
Uh-huh.
Which is good.
Sticky, sticky, sticky. These screws are sticking to me.
So you can see how they set this thing in here. So the water just collects on this tray, then goes out that other screen. There were some holes designed into that. But then just to keep drafts down, they just put expanding foam around these cracks. So I'm gonna go ahead and foam this area in. I'll leave the bottom open, of course. Okay, let's let that expand and sit for a while, then I'll come fill in any spots I need to. Okay, so I've got it all foamed in now. And you can kind of see where that water sits on this tray. Like I said, the camper currently is sloping just barely the other direction, which is enough that this doesn't all drip out. But now that the front's sloped up, it'll just sit there until we get it leveled right. Only thing I've found so far, there's a little spot down here I'm going to put some silicone on, but everything else looks sealed up real good from the factory. So I'll put a little drop of silicone there, then I'm going to put that cover back on and then silicone that back in.
Might be better insulated than it was at the beginning.
Yep. I'd like to take the panels off of the inside ceiling
Yeah.
and re-insulate those cavities.
Yeah.
But I want to research that a little bit more. Alright, let's fasten on.
That's good.
Let's see if I can get this out, making a total mess. Should have brought a rag out. I got cocky. Alright, should be good. So, I'm all done. Well, other than mess. But, so that's all the old foam. Gotta clean that up. Got foam all over the floor. So, I'll pick up my tools, get all that cleaned up. Need to test it to make sure it works, I guess. Turns on still, so that's good. So that'll wrap it up really. Shanna's gonna come out tomorrow and clean. She came out yesterday and cleaned, and it was all cleaned. Now it's not.
No, it's not.
So she'll clean that up tomorrow, but other than that, we're packed. Tahoe's kind of ready. A couple more days, we'll hit the road, go camping, and let you know how that goes.
You think we're packed up?
Aren't we?
No. I've
Okay,
only
we're
put
not
a
packed up.
couple things in
You
here.
said we were done.
No, I said that I had it cleaned up.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No.
So we're not done. Shannon's got a few more things to pack up. But we won't bore you with packing. We've done enough.
Yep.
So that'll wrap up this video, and next one will be our trip. See you then.